Alright, good morning everybody. Happy Wednesday. It is September 27th. Markets are currently off to a small green start. We got about 30 seconds to market open, so got to keep it quick. Betting on Meta to the upside, Google to the downside this morning. So I got a Meta call on deck and a Google put, both expiring for the end of this week. Probably going to be a day trade. Well, it definitely going to be a day trade, but stop loss for Meta is going to be about 50 cents. Let's see where it starts. Delta on the option. I chose the 302.5. 40 delta. 75 cents of delta right now. Should be about a 30-cent stop. Currently trading at 420 a piece. So our stop should be 390. Maybe a little bit lower. Should be 385 actually. Got filled at 425 for 5. Already trading at 460. I'd like to see it up at 301.5 at least to take profit. What software? So this is Thinkorswim that I use. Almost got up to that 301.5. 301.30 was the top there. No problem. And then those Google puts seem to be sinking, so that one might not be a working trade. It's still at 130. My stop would be 130.5. The delta for this option is 38, so about a 20-cent stop on that. Currently trading for 90 cents a piece, so our stop would be 70. How do I read the charts and candlesticks? So I'm just looking at where the price is, where the option's trading, and then marking my stop. So my stop on this would be 130.5. It's trading at 130.25 at the moment. It looks like it's about to push through the stop. We'll see. That Meta trade is about break even right now, but we're seeing Google going up. Meta had that first couple minutes of upside, but pulled back. Let's go with 20 of these. Right now they're trading at 82 cents and our stop's at 70, so we're only risking 200 for the trade. $77 fill. Again, our stop for Meta was 385. for Google. Stop at 0.70. Yeah, it looks like Meta got rejected up there. First thing right now, very close to the 3015 mark, but not quite up there. For Google, I'd at least like to see this back down at 129.75, 130. Yeah, Thinkorswim. Alright, we're at 130.25. The contracts are at 83, so that's 7 cents each ish for 140 profit so far. Decent pullback started. We're about to get stopped out on Meta, it looks too. Almost there. Okay. We're at 130.1, catching support right there for Google. Those contracts went for 88. Might be able to sell them for 86. Too late. Sold at 88. Alright, we'll go back to Meta. So Meta, kind of ranging here, close to that 300 mark, but having a little bit of trouble staying above it right now, it seems like, for the moment. Contracts are trading at 410. Again, I would like to see this above 301.50. It might take like 30 minutes or so to get out of this trade based on that, though. And got out of Google at a good time. Those went back to break even a little bit lower. Let's see the rest of the market, if we have anything good. Looks like Nvidia went up, but then pulled back, similar to how Meta acted that first couple minutes. Google, it's going up to 130.5, filling in that candle. Would have got stopped out if we held that put. Netflix is actually above 380 again today. I got stopped out under 380 yesterday, but now it's back above for that swing. Apple's still going down here. If we take a bearish position, we gotta see where this might end up stopping, like 298-ish. We'll add a 297.5 put to the watch list just in case. We can't stay above that 300 mark. Looks like so far we're not. Delta on this is 40. And get rid of the Google put. Right now, it just seems like we're getting some back and forth. I'm sure if we look at the 5-minute chart, that's exactly what we'll see. Just a big range. V-shaped recovery. We would have to get it back up to 301.25. Thinking about buying the put and just putting like a 15 really tight stop on it. Right now it's trading at 420. But it does seem like it'll get back over that 300 level and then pull back first, so might not be ideal entry here. $410. So we get back over 300.5. That will possibly trigger it to get back up to a V shape. But right now it's just sitting barely over 300. The bid ask is just floating plus or minus 20 cents from the 300 level right now. All right, there's 300.5, so that should push it. Contracts are trading at 445, so right now we're up 100 for the trade. Watch out for 301. Yeah, so it just seems like Meta's chopping around for right now. And there could be some more upside if we wait. Google's going up to 131, so that one actually reversed on us. These contracts ended up peaking at 480 at the previous high. There we go. Back to the previous high. 301.25. Contracts dropped by about 15 cents. Looks like I'm going to have to settle for a 460 exit. Yeah, 466. Nice. So, nice little 400 profit this morning. 222 from Google and 205 on Meta. Looks like Nvidia's got some bullish action, but not quite above morning high 426.5. I don't have any supports or resistance around here from my hourly, but we could maybe draw that up to 420.5 would be a support. Kind of hard to determine. Like 424.5 or so. And then the obvious 425 level. Alright, so starting at 424.5 down. So basically we're just looking for common place is for the stock to either have an open, a close, or a wick. And it looks like it's all the way down to 414, so that's a big gap. There's a common level at 419, which is closer. So 419 to 424.5, which is still a pretty wide range for it, but it'll give us an idea of where we can find support. If I'm targeting all the way at the bottom at like 419, I wouldn't want to entry till like 420 to 420.25. Today just seems like a very mixed market. You have a couple stocks that are trending down, a couple of them that are trending green. Google and Nvidia being the top two. Netflix is pretty neutral. Meta is pretty neutral. Amazon, sort of bullish. Maybe with a support at 125.80. No close by. Supported demand zones from the hourly chart though. You have a resistance up at 127.80, so not very far from that. Next one would be 128.80. And our stop again we would want to put at 125.80. How do I get the lines with the candlestick? So I draw the lines up myself. This here is the ATR, which just shows you how much the stock ranges in a given time frame. I usually only use it on like the daily chart if I'm taking a swing trade, so it's not really relevant right now. But the lines, I draw myself, and then like areas like this, I'll draw myself as well from the hourly charts. You're welcome, Mohammed. Alright, we're about 60 cents off. We're aiming for it to go to 129 basically. So we can go pretty deep out of the money if we wish. But those are very cheap options, only 60 cents a piece. If we go with the 128s instead, they have a 40 delta or a 35 delta. So our stop for this would be about 75 each. take a lighter position to start since we have a choppy market still. $95 fill, I think. Yeah. 75 stop. How much am I up for the month? It was a lot better in the beginning of September. I was up like 10,000. I ended up losing, I think, 4,000 the following days. So I think right now it's probably sitting at about 5 or 6 grand. Month today, yeah. So it should be about 5 or 6. I haven't been keeping track in my journal lately just because of how many trades I make per day. It's gone up a lot since I started using Thinkorswim. Thanks. The only problem with Thinkorswim is paying the damn fees, though. Let's see. We're still sitting pretty on this trade for now. It's at about break even, a little bit lower. What size account am I using? So my account's about 25 grand, just so I can actually take as many trades as I'd like. But of that, I have like 10,000 cash that I use for options, and usually my position sizes are never more than 3,000. I guess I should type my stop in. Stop at 75. And it looks like our stop in terms of the price level is 125.75, which is almost the open candle. We're getting pretty close to it. I'm not going to add to the position. Just going to keep it the same. Let's check on the other names in the meantime. Nvidia's pulling back. Netflix is still chopping around. Netflix always chops around in the morning these days, it seems like. There's like no movement on it. Google's pulling back too. Right at 130.5. We could set a stop for 131, aim for that 129.75 level. So I'd go with the 130 put. 43 delta. Copy this into the watch list so we can keep track on it. So right now it's trading at 110 basically. Our stop would be half a delta, which is 20. So our stop would be 90 cents. So we're trying to buy it anywhere between 105 and 110 right now. Lower, obviously, the better, since we risk less. Alright, we'll place a buy limit at 105. Did not go through. Checking in on Amazon, that one's coming down with Google right now. 129.74. So right at our support level right now. And the low this morning was 129.40. I spelled Amazon wrong. Alright, yep, this sold at 74 and 73. Okay. That Google trade would have been a lot better. Meta's still hanging in there at that 300 level. I don't know if we'll get back to that 301 mark, but we'll add a 300 call. They're pretty expensive. At 500 each. I'd imagine Delta's probably 50. Yep. Got a few more names in the red now. Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, and Apple all in the red. Google's sitting under 130 now. Almost almost back to that 129.75 mark. Could maybe aim all the way down to 128.75, but that's a stretch for a choppy morning. But it seems like everything's pulling back right now. Especially Apple. Apple's getting hammered at 170, 171. Looking at the 297.5 put as a 40 delta on Meta, trading at 400. Alright, I'm going to take on 5 of these with their stop at 400. I swear my phone is always about to die. Alright, we're sitting under 289 for Meta now. First support, I'm guessing, is going to come at 298.30 from this little range it had yesterday. So about 50 cents off. Checking in the other names. Looks like Apple's still headed down on the 15-minute. Tesla's going lower, right into this demand zone. candle sitting right on top of the demand zone. 129.75 support so far. It's a pretty clean rejection though for Meta at 301.5, or just a little bit under 301.30. I'm doubtful we'll get all the way down to 294.5, but my plan is to probably take profit at about 50 cents lower, maybe 297.25, but that will be a bit difficult unless markets are just absolutely getting slaughtered. Nvidia seems to be going down. Yeah, it looks like it ended up peaking right over the demand zone at about 426 and pulled back to 420. So a nice 6 delta move is big on, but that's what to expect on something like Nvidia, as highly traded as it is. All right, we're at 470 for the contracts. So close to support. Finding support right now at 298.5. Those half numbers always get you. Peaked at 470 before pulling back. Volume is slowing down from the first 15 minutes, which is usual. Contracts are going for 465. All right, there we go. It didn't change the price on those options like they should have. But we are at support. So here we go. 471 close. Looks like we could have got like an extra 5 cents, but yeah, that'll probably be all the trades for today. Let's check on our profits on the day. So we lost money, I know, on Which one was it? We had a Google trade that lost money, Amazon trade that lost. And then Meta, the 3 stocks we traded today. Made 387 for Meta, profit at 222 on Google, minus a 215. So basically, Google and Amazon cancel each other out to where we made about 400 today. So decent day, and it'll probably be all for me today. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow at 9:30. See you, everybody.